Have you ever felt so exhausted that a full night's sleep just doesn't seem to touch it? Yeah, if that sounds familiar, this one's for you. We're not talking about just being physically tired here. We're going to dive into something deeper, protecting your personal energy. So let's start with a really common feeling, that feeling of just being tired of life. You know, that heavy, feeling where everything seems like a massive effort. It's a thought we've all probably had, but what if it's not the real problem? What if we're asking the wrong question entirely? Well, check this out. Psychology offers a really powerful reframe. It suggests that sometimes you're not actually tired of life itself, you're just tired of people. And that little switch in perspective, it changes everything. Suddenly, it's not a problem with your existence, it's an energy problem, and it's tied directly to your interactions.
So, how can you tell if this is what's really going on with you? We're about to go through 7 key signs that act like a personal energy checklist. As we go, just notice how many of these feel, well, a little too familiar.
Okay, first up, you genuinely feel better when you're alone. And let's be clear, this isn't about being lonely, it is the complete opposite of that. It's that feeling of sweet relief when you finally get to be by yourself, with no pressure, no expectations, no need to perform for anyone.
It's this profound feeling where being alone stops feeling lonely and starts feeling safe. And when solitude is the only time you feel truly secure and at peace, that's a huge flashing neon sign that your social battery is pretty much empty.
All right, sign number 2 is when conversations, even the simple ones, start to feel like a chore. Small talk feels especially draining and pointless, and you find yourself weighing the mental energy it takes against what you get out of it, and it just doesn't seem worth it.
You know this one all too well. You see a message pop up and you think, I'll get to that later. But later stretches into hours, or let's be real, sometimes even days. It's not because you dislike the person. It's a classic symptom of having zero mental bandwidth for any chat that isn't deeply and genuinely connecting.
Number 3, your tolerance for negativity just hits rock bottom. All that stuff you used to be able to just let roll off your back, the constant complaining, the gossip, the pointless drama, it suddenly feels incredibly heavy, like it's physically weighing you down. Yeah, things that used to be just minor annoyances now feel totally overwhelming. You can literally feel your energy just plummet. It's because your internal battery is already on 1%, so any negative input feels like a critical hit, and your gut reaction is just to withdraw to protect what little charge you have left.
Sign number 4 is a big one. You just stop explaining yourself. There was a time you might have argued your case or fought to be understood, but now you just don't have it in you. And this isn't apathy. It's you finally recognizing how exhausting and futile it is to try and force someone to hear you.
You learn that silence is actually a tool. It becomes your primary way of protecting your own peace. And it's not a passive retreat, it's a powerful, active choice. You're valuing your inner calm more than you value winning an argument or being right.
Okay, number 5. This one might sound a bit harsh, but it's a major sign. You start actively avoiding certain people. This isn't some petty, malicious thing. It's a conscious, almost strategic decision you're making, based on one simple calculation: the energetic cost of that interaction.
You're not steering clear of them out of hate or anger. You do it because you absolutely know exactly how you'll feel when you walk away from them, completely and utterly drained. You've just recognized the pattern, and choosing distance is an act of self-preservation.
And sign number 6 is a really profound shift. It's about what you want from your relationships. The need for a big social circle or just having people around all the time fades away. Instead, you find yourself craving something much rarer: depth and real, genuine understanding.
So what happens? Your circle naturally starts to shrink. You're just not interested in those surface-level, going through the motions interactions anymore because they leave you feeling even emptier than before. You instinctively know that shallow connections actually cost more energy than they give back. And that brings us to our final and maybe most crucial sign. It's when you realize that this exhaustion you're feeling is emotional, not physical. This is the kind of tired that a weekend of sleeping in doesn't even touch. You can rest for days and still wake up feeling completely depleted. And that's because it's not your body that's crying out for a break, it's your mind, it's your emotions. They've been overtaxed from constantly managing interactions, absorbing negativity, and dealing with people who consistently take more from you than they ever give back. So you look at all these signs together, and what's the real story? The diagnosis isn't that you're tired of life. What you're actually facing is an emotional energy crisis. It's a unique kind of burnout, and it's being caused by your social environment.
Let's really break this down to make it crystal clear. Physical tiredness is pretty straightforward, right? Your body's worn out, you sleep, and you recharge. But emotional tiredness is a whole different ballgame. It's a depletion of your inner resources, your patience, your empathy, your peace. It comes from managing conflict, faking interest, and absorbing negativity. And sleep simply can't replenish that.
Okay, so just recognizing the problem is a massive first step. But what do we actually do about it? Now, the answer is not to become a hermit and swear off humanity. It's about learning to manage your energy much more effectively. So here's your self-care prescription.
The path forward is actually pretty simple. It breaks down into 3 key actions. First, you have to listen to your energy. Start paying close attention to how you feel after you're with different people, who leaves you feeling drained, and who actually recharges you. Second, you have to actively protect your peace. This means giving yourself permission to say no, to take space when you need it, and to choose silence over a pointless fight. And finally, seek real connection. Intentionally invest your very limited energy in the people and conversations that actually pour back into you instead of just taking from you.
And that really brings us to the single most important question you can ask yourself right now. As you move through your week, just take a moment and honestly consider this. Who in your life pours back into you? Because identifying those people, well, that's the first and most powerful step to reclaiming your energy and your peace.